In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this fun pop-up penguin designed by Jennifer Maker. I'll add the link below for you. Here I have all the pieces I cut on my Cricut Maker machine. Now, when you do upload the SVG to Cricut Design Space, you will need to make sure you change the score lines to score lines as opposed to cut lines. When the design goes in there, they're all cut lines, and you want these pieces to stay attached. If you have any questions about this, just add it in the comments below. As you can see, here are all the score lines. I've sped it up a little bit because it does take a while to fold it all, but fold along each and every score line to create that shape. And you're going to do this on all 4 of these pieces, and there are 2 slightly smaller ones for the head and the 2 bigger ones are for the body. I did watch Jennifer Maker's assembly video for this, and it's actually really helpful. The only reason I'm making a video is because I really wanted to make this penguin, and I figured why not film it at the same time. You want to glue those tabs down. These end pieces with the funny shape on them actually have like little hooks, and they are going to be where you connect the elastic bands. The elastic band is going to cross across the middle of this from one end to the other, and that creates the popping mechanism spring, as it were. Glue the triangular tabs inside onto each other as well, and you're going to do this on both sides, and the same on the other pieces too. And then, as you can see, there are a lot of little rectangles of cardstock, and those are just to reinforce the tabs again, to make those parts of this design extra strong. So take the smaller ones for the head and the larger ones for the body part. As you can see, I'm sorting out the heads and body pieces right now. The small ones for this one, just glue the backs and then glue them on top of the triangular tabs that you folded in, just to give it that extra bit of strength. Once glued, it should look like this piece here. Repeat this step with the other 3 pieces. I decided to use vinyl for the white details of this penguin instead of white cardstock, and the reason for this is that it's already sticky, it's relatively easy to weed, and I don't lose the tiny pieces as easily. This is actually my top tip for you. This is an old Wet Ones container, and I've been using it for about 1.5 years now for my weeding, and I haven't had to empty it, so it's actually really useful to reuse something like that for your weeding tool. Now you want to make sure you weed all the pieces. I did the face, and now these are the belly pieces as well. 2 big bits and then 4 little edges too. This cheeky little piece gave me a little bit of a hard time. I still couldn't get my mechanism to work as well as Jennifer Maker's did, but I think it's just a case of practice, and I may have folded mine too many times. So you want to fold along the score lines on this. There are 3 score lines on here, and as you can see, I folded these 2 pieces up first, and then there's a just score line across the top of the long bit there as well. So this bit is a little bit tricky. What you want to do is put the glue on the smaller tab and then glue it to the back of the long piece, leaving the top bit of the long piece folded over, and kind of pinch it like I am here. Again, over to Jennifer's blog, you'll see an image of this, and you can always add comments below if you need any help. This bit is a little bit tricky, but you know what? If the mechanism doesn't work completely well, you're still going to be able to create that pop-up penguin. It just might not hold itself closed. So carry on, stick with it. We're going to have a pop-up penguin at the end regardless. So now you're going to glue it into the underside of the head piece. Now the head piece is the one of these shapes that doesn't have a rectangle hole in it, and you want to put the glue exactly where I'm doing it and then stick it the right way round. And when I say the right way round, I mean the 2 pieces on either side, on the right and left of my shape there, you can see are slightly different to the other shapes, and that is where the elastic is going to hold. It's reinforced on there. All those extra rectangles reinforce that, and that's where your elastic band is going to go for that pop-up part. And you want to make sure that mechanism is glued in exactly this spot. There is a piece of card here. It has 3 score lines on it. You just want to fold down the score lines and fold it over onto itself, and this is going to create an extra tab to catch on the mechanism. Now, as I did more point out, I had trouble with the mechanism actually working. Sometimes it held the body shut, sometimes it held the head shut. This was my 2nd attempt at this penguin, and I was optimistically focused on making it work this time, but you will see the results at the end. Now I folded this piece over and glued it into place. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of it and then add that to my center piece that I've already attached to the underside of the head of the penguin. Try and use a really tacky glue. It helps if it's quick drying and dries clear. I like Recollections glue for this, and I just switch it out and put it in a small bottle so that I have a more precise tip when I'm working with particularly tricky or delicate pieces of cardstock. So that's what it should look like when it's done. Now we're going to put the face on the penguin, and we have sticker pieces here that I cut from vinyl. You can use removable vinyl or permanent vinyl, it really doesn't matter for this. What does matter is the transfer tape that you use. I'm using contact paper that's not even a new piece of contact paper because that means it's sticky enough to pick up the vinyl, but not sticky enough to pull up any of the cardstock and ruin the way that that looks on the front. So you can use vinyl on any kind of cards. It adds a little bit of something. Sometimes it saves you cutting out or gluing those teeny tiny bits of cardstock. I really love it for lettering, for example, cutting out happy birthday for cards and adding it in vinyl. It's quick to weed and you don't have to glue on individual letters. But you don't want to use a really strong transfer tape because it will pull up some of the cardstock as well and ruin your lovely card. So the face and the cheeks I'm just adding here. Just make sure to put them on the edge there so that they line up. Before we add the bottom part of the face, you need to line up the two pieces so that the sections that have the extra hooks for the elastics, the reinforced pieces that we reinforced with those rectangles, those sit on top of each other because they need to line up, otherwise none of this will work. So make sure you know where you're putting it before you stick it down. Again, here I just double check that it's in the right spot before anything's glued together. This small orange piece, although looks random, is actually the beak, and we're just going to put some glue on one side and fold it over onto itself. And then this piece goes between the two white bits on the face as we glue those pieces together. So we glue one of this piece in place first and then glue those pieces together. So press it down, make sure that it is going to dry in that position. You can peg it closed if you want. I'm just using my tweezers here to remove some excess glue on the top of the beak there. For this bit, add some glue to every tab on at least one side of this, and then we're going to fold it over onto itself and glue the tabs inside the structure onto each other. Now I know I'm off camera a little bit here, I apologise, but when it was up close I thought I was actually on camera. So bear with me, fold those tabs in on themselves, glued to each other, and hold those into place. And make sure you do give it time for the glue to dry before testing whether it actually works or not. So the mechanism needs to poke through the hole in the middle, and it should hold the penguin flat, and then when you drop it, ideally it moves enough that it pops it up into a full head, which is really quite cute at this point, even though it's just a head. Now to make this really work and pop up, we do need to add the elastic band. Now there is a specific length that Jennifer Maker used, I believe. I just had a box of random office elastics and I adjusted it to fit. So I tied a small knot in these ones. You could also just cross them over inside, I think, which would make it a little smaller, but I just tied a little knot in it and then dropped it inside the head and used my tweezers to hook it over the edges of those bits. Now this is really quite tricky. Stick with it, you will get there. And if you find that using a hook is easier, then use a hook if you have one, or make one out of wire and hook those pieces over the edge. Once you've got the elastic, just turn it in the tweezers and hook it over, and you need it on all four edges there in order for this to work. I skipped ahead a little bit here because we already put the head together. So when you're putting the body together, it's exactly the same. Just glue the tabs on one side and make sure the pieces line up and stick those pieces together. When that's all dry, we're going to attach the white details. Whether you've got cardstock or vinyl like me, you want to make sure they go in the right place. Otherwise the penguin's head will possibly be at the back of its body, and that won't make any sense at all. So line it up so that you know that the tummy is going to be underneath the face, and the whole of the front of the penguin is going to make sense then. This is what it should look like when you have your white details on the front there. As before, I tied a small knot in the elastic band I was using because I felt that it was too long, and I positioned it in just the same way as I did on the head. We're going to attach the head to the body now, and I just use a bit of glue for this. Line it up before you go so you know what you're doing, and the idea is that that mechanism can come all the way through the holes, all the way down the penguin to the bottom. For this part, turn the penguin upside down. We're going to use this piece that you had left in this particular shape, and that reinforces the base a little bit before we add the feet. Now when this penguin pops up, it can get a bit bouncy, so I am going to show you, if you stick around to the end, how to reinforce that and weigh it down a little bit. So just stick this on the base here, and then we're going to stick the feet on to this base. Again, it just gives it a little bit of extra stability there with the cardstock. For the two orange feet, make sure when you stick them down they're not over that hole in the center of the base, because the tab is supposed to come through there to hold the penguin in a flat position before it releases and pops up. So if you stick the feet over the top of that, it's going to prevent that from happening. So stick them out at an angle, kind of where those extra side tummy white bits are. And I just put a little bit of glue. Remember, you can always add more, but too much is just going to make all the cardstock very, very soggy. And stick those feet on the base. So he still needs his flippers. We're going to add those to the side now. And these are going to help stabilize it a little bit when it pops up and when it is standing. So decide exactly where you want them to go. Again, there really isn't too wrong a position to put them in or a wrong angle, but roughly on the sides where they will look the most normal, and that's going to help balance him out a little bit. So here we have our finished penguin. Very cute, but as you can see, he topples over easily. Now, Jennifer Maker does suggest gluing some coins to the bottom of the penguin, and this actually did help a lot when I did it with my first penguin, but you want to use your hot glue gun because regular glue isn't going to hold the coins as well. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun and made a cute little pop-up penguin. I will see you guys on the next one.